And that aerosol, so when you looked on my glove and like my white coat, thank God I was wearing a disposable coat and not my nice white coat, there was blood and there was pus, and I was
Everywhere.
like, oh my God. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, two things are different. I actually have someone here with me. Hi guys! And I actually am in a new location. I'm not around my desk. So this is Sue, one of my closest friends whom I met at dental school. Say hi, Sue.
Hi guys.
And today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about our experience in dental school. Raw truth, just say it like it was, or yeah, like it was. Dental school experience,
Unfiltered.
So basically in this video we'll talk about our experience in dental school and basically kind of give you an idea of what your experience will be like. So without any further delay, let's get started. Let's get into it. So I have a few topics that I want to touch on just to guide the video. The first one is one of the biggest worries when you started dental school.
Okay. I think my biggest worry when I started dental school was that I wasn't going to finish. Like I felt like the work was going to be like way harder than I thought it was, or just harder than I expected it to be. Not saying that it wasn't, but it was manageable. So the entire time, like by the acceptance and orientation and stuff, I was just sitting there like, and imagine if like this, I sit here and get through this process and then like I don't like it, or
you go through all of this
like,
and
yeah, it's not what I end up loving like I thought I would.
I think for me personally, I was worried about not remembering everything, like in terms of the courses, because we were doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
You were
courses.
definitely doing 10 courses
Every single semester. It was between like literally 7 to 10 courses, because I think the first semester we only had 7.
Yeah,
it was like the first semester was the easiest semester of dental school by far, but every semester we got more courses, and I was just concerned about, am I really going to remember all of this information? Will I be able to balance 10 courses? Or when I study for these 9 final exams, I'm going to go in and go blank because I have so much information in my head. That was definitely one of my biggest concerns. So next question, what was your favorite part of dental school? You want me to go?
Yeah, I thought you
I feel like this is so hard. I don't know. Finishing. Like, my favorite part of dental school is maybe just finishing dental school. Like, just finishing and being a success, not failing one of my modules or any of my modules.
Preach.
Like, just finishing and being a success, that was my favorite part of dental school. Maybe I liked parts throughout school, but I cannot choose something and say, hey, this was my favorite part. I feel like I can tell you a lot of things I hated about dental school, but I cannot sit and tell you. I would have to think about it.
I think I can pick 2.
I don't know.
I think like probably like 1 was like just coming out of a class and knowing that I can just go on the gazebo and just like, and then like I know if I go out there I will like release, because like a beer joke me get out there. So it's like I knew that going out there I can at least have some time to relax and kind of wind down. And then I think my second favorite thing was in semester 2 when we had sim lab classes when we were learning instrumentation.
Oh,
I loved it because it was so small.
Sim lab was really
like
nice.
Intimate.
The simulation lab, so we had like a little lab, and it was
where we practiced using our
the air conditioner was so nice, and it was so
and it was night.
And we had classes at night, so it was so fun, and we had fun
instructors.
But you know what I wanted to talk about? Like in America or other countries, they specifically say dental hygiene school versus just dental school. So I find that some people were confused with a few of my videos before because I had dental school in the title, but
I didn't know they separated.
Yeah, because when you watch dental hygienists on YouTube, they specifically say dental hygiene school, and then the dentists say dental school. I mean, it's all dental, guys. Our school may be set up from a lot of different other schools. So for the university that we went to, we had a dental campus separate from the main campus. So at the dental campus, we had dental hygienists, dentists, assistants,
lab techs,
dental technicians. We had everyone there. So we were literally like a big dental family. So we just call it dental school because everyone is there.
Yeah.
Okay, third question or third topic. The most hated part of dental school.
It's me. I think my most hated part of dental school was the fact that it was, I think for me, I feel like it was a little cutthroat. Granted, everything can be competitive, right? Given our field. But I feel like because of how our dental school was formed, especially for our university, I think that we weren't privy to a lot of resources.
Right.
And we really had to learn and grow and become skilled under a certain set of conditions that wouldn't necessarily be ideal in the real world. And maybe that's a good thing now. But at the time, it was just like, I hated spending money on patients.
Bro, like,
I hated how
you know how
some
much money
instructors.
Do you know how much money we've spent on patients, by the way? Their dental school, they implemented something towards the end of when we're leaving, and
Actually,
we had
could probably carry all your subscribers out to dinner with that money what we spent.
And we're what, 647? By the way, guys, if you have not subscribed, right, I'm going to beg you to just hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell, you know, so you can stay up to date with all the amazing content that we have planned for you. So yeah, like they wanted us, all of our patients that came into the clinic that we needed to get our grade, they had to pay. And a lot of the people who would come to the dental clinic, they
couldn't afford to get treatment at a regular dental office.
Right, so that is why they come to the dental clinic, and the prices at the clinic were matching up to private offices. I'm like, so we had to end up we ended up paying for the patients
because we need them
for our grades, and they can't come in for free. So it was really ridiculous. Boy, I feel like I hated a lot of parts about dental school. That being one of them for sure. The lack of resources, and I didn't like a lot of instructors. Not instructors. A few lecturers, I wasn't a fan of them.
Lecturers or clinicians? Or you're just putting it in one broad?
I'm going to put them in one broad heading because I don't want anyone to come and say, oh, I didn't like this. No, but there were one and two that kind of made I feel like our experience at dental school a bit more difficult than it needed to be, right? So, not gonna say who. It's going to be a clinician or a lecturer, but there's one and two that kind of just. I wasn't a fan of my colleagues either. Well, a few of them. It didn't bother me. Like, it wasn't a personality issue because I didn't go to dental school with the intention of making friends. I went there with the intention of graduating and doing well. But it's just hard when you have, for example, when you have a certain standard of work. And for example, we had to work in groups, and then the people you worked with, their standard wasn't anywhere near to yours, or you had people who didn't contribute at all.
I feel like there are lots of times where me and you can agree that we feel like a lot of times we were picking up slack. Sometimes, not all the time. Not all the time. There's sometimes we were in great groups.
I don't want any of my classmates or previous classmates to come say, "Oh, it's me she I talk about." No.
And there were a lot of people that we worked well with.
Yeah, there are lots of people we worked well with, but there was a few that we had difficult times working with. And then in dental school, we did a lot of group work. every week it's a new group work, and sometimes we didn't have the freedom and the luxury choosing our own group symbols. So it was a bit difficult. But like overall, I have a fear of failure in a sense. So I find that when I saw that people were slacking off, so I find that even when we had group work and some group members may not have put enough energy into their part, so it was probably lower quality than the rest. I usually took it up on myself and just did it myself because I really couldn't bother and I really didn't want the laziness of someone else to compromise my grade or my GPA. So I had a difficult time.
And I think there were a lot of times as well where where like in general things, you kind of want to get things done and get out of the way so you can move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
And sometimes people can be procrastinating, and
that's the thing, because
like you want
in dental school we literally would have 6 group work due in 1 week on top of
4 tests.
Like we just had no break, and clinic on top of that. So we just had so much to do, and I don't want to be the night before they're due and we're all flustered and tired and
we're going to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning,
and then which group member is sleeping and we can't get through
and
to them.
We have the presentation 8 o'clock the next day, and it's just like,
yes, I had a very difficult time. It was something that really, it made me very upset. It was something that always upset me, working with people who did not just put in enough efforts. But I can't sit here and list a lot of things that I didn't like about dental school. I could go on and on. I don't know. I could go on and on. It wasn't perfect. What was the hardest course in dental school? The hardest subject that we did?
Honestly, I have trauma talking about this. I think mine was microbiology. Reason being, because
guys, it was a lot. It was
just that semester in general, it was really packed, and it's because we did microbeing.
It was a summer semester. So
we only had like 8 to 10 weeks of a semester.
So a normal semester was 15 or 16 weeks, close to 20 weeks, and we had that time to do the 10 courses. But in summer semester, we only had 7 weeks to do the same amount of courses. So not so fun.
And I think just honestly, I can say this now, I still don't understand. I cannot tell you one thing that I genuinely learned in microbe. And I don't know, like, it was just so hard for me to process, and I was just so tired all the time. The labs were exhausting.
They were
exhausting, and every week we have lab tests.
That is also true. We had a test for microbiology every single week.
That contributed to our overall grade. And then honestly, I think I was really worn out for finals.
My thing was, we had like 20 PowerPoint slides to memorize for finals or for exams, and each PowerPoint had at least 150 slides, I think.
Yes.
It was like just crazy.
150 slides that I understood nothing of.
Let me tell you, I liked microbiology now because I feel like I liked it. But my thing is, I wish I had more time to process it. I feel like it was so rushed. Anatomy 1 was a mess.
Oh my god. It was
the class barely passed the test. You remember? The highest grades were like...
I never passed the test. I passed one, but I didn't pass the second test. It's not funny.
It's not.
But honestly, labs were very life-saving. But yeah, that's why I hated microbiology.
I don't want me to throw any word.
No, it's still funny. Trust me.
Thankfully, I didn't fail any, but
I don't know how. Honestly, I do not know how I passed microbiology. I failed both of the in-course tests. Yes, the 2 of them. We did have something there? No, and the group work. The group work is probably what brought me back.
The group work was pretty good
because it was a lot. It was a lot of.
I think the labs.
Yeah, and labs, because at a certain point in the labs, we got like, we kind of didn't know what was going on.
But for anatomy, we were talking about like I think that's my lowest grade throughout the whole of dental school.
Definitely.
Like I didn't fail.
Microbe's first.
No, I did pretty decent in microbe. I think I got an A.
I remember you getting an A one time, and I remember seeing you like before the test, and you were just sorting the three PowerPoints, and I was just like, wow, look at Ashley go.
For me, hardest. I don't know if you guys would call this a course, but we had a course. It was 1 credit.
Oh my god.
Uno credito. 1 credit.
Our university, people that attend our university, you will understand.
The goers of the attendees or the students of the University of Technology Jamaica should be familiar with community service projects. This was I probably have to do an entire video on this by itself, because basically
I don't even want to read it.
You have to go to somewhere, some institution, to do 40 hours of community service. We were presented with the option of like Hope Gardens, which is like a nursery in Jamaica. So it's a very big garden where they keep events, they have restaurants there, but you also have a nursery. And
a park. There's a zoo and stuff.
There's a zoo, yeah. Oh, they have a nursery there as well.
Nursery.
So we're thinking, oh well, this sounds easy. We're going to go and plant some plants and just plain dirt. Relax. So we'll go there, and it was a horror story, just very short,
from beginning to end.
They had us raking. They had us raking
pots,
washing dirty pots without gloves. They had us what is it? They wanted us to work in the rain. Without umbrella or
raincoat, anything.
They wanted us to work in the rain,
and it's like, in the rain, what am I gonna break in the rain?
And they didn't want, I don't know, we went there, and a lot of them were just overall mean to us without even interacting with us. Even though it's not a dental related course, that was definitely my most hated course, and we had 40 hours to do. It was a struggle for me to get up and go complete those 40 hours. I wanted to
Ashley actually completed all her hours there. I decided that I was going to switch because there was no way I was going to stay there with those people.
Alright, so next one. What was your easiest course or subject in dental school?
Easiest course? I think... I would probably say Clinic 1.
Okay.
And then like in a theory subject, probably like any DHT. Environmental hygiene theory and techniques.
Yeah, so we had a subject for every semester of dental school. That's one subject we had, which was dental theory and techniques. So we had 1 through to 8.
6 actually.
It's 6 semesters?
Yes, actually.
Oh wow.
For 2 years.
Okay. For me, I think clinic, like the first few clinics were pretty easy. So, can sit up for clinical.
Ashley was like on a roll in clinic. You would think she's like a superstar there. They're just like, Foster is finished. And I'm just like, okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't find a patient with enough plaque. But Ashley's done. Ashley would be finished like 4 weeks before the semester over. And I'm just like, and she would still come there and just chill. And I'm just like,
what was I supposed to do?
I don't know.
They mark attendance.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Actually,
they did. We did math. We did math as like an extracurricular course.
To say something smart and high up there.
I really love math. I really do. So when we got college maths, I was like, yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little excited for that course.
Guys, I got 100 on both of my in-course tests, and my lecturer phoned me like after final exams and told me I got 100 on the finals too. Because math was definitely my easiest course. Like it was just simple thing. So, next question. We're almost done, guys. I know this video is going to be pretty long. I hope you guys are still watching. We appreciate you.
You're still with us.
Alright, so the worst patient interaction on clinic. You want me to go first? Because I have it lined up in my head. So, my worst patient was my Profi 5 patient, my Profi 5 competency. Guys, you know, as a dentist, dental hygienist, even a dental assistant who isn't really doing procedures, you have to have a high tolerance for gross things, you know? And I would like to think I'm very tolerant of gross things because like we're in people's mouths and, you know, but there was one patient, my Profi 5, and I think it was by far to this date the hardest patient or the worst patient interaction. It wasn't I don't even know how to put this. So my Profi 5, it was really bad. It had, and I'm so upset because I forgot to take before and after photos of my Profi 5. But he had really heavy calculus. It was generalized. Every single tooth had like big chunks of calculus. Everything like, and it also had exudate. So that's basically the pus underneath the gums. So,
Ew.
It was just a really bad case. I'm being so honest with you. It's the worst halitosis I've ever encountered in my entire life. The worst.
I don't think I will ever really get over because I just feel
Guys,
like
I can
nothing.
No,
There's
I can.
nothing that will barrier that smell.
Guys, I can
Stop.
still like. I feel like I can almost remember it. No, I can almost remember the exact smell. And they give us a trick in dental school. So the instructors will tell us to rub some Profi paste or a little Listerine in the mask so that strong alcohol or sweet smell would stay at your nose, and it kind of puts a barrier between that halitosis and your nose. But guys, I did that, and it still, the scent still bypassed the alcohol, the Listerine, and the Profi paste, and went like I could not run away from it. It was so bad, and guys, it was so bad. Like I kept having to just walk away, like just take like a breath and go. It felt like I was stifling in his. Do you know that episode when SpongeBob and Patrick ate that really tastes bad something, and then they were in the movie theater talking, and it was filling up the whole theater, and people were, guys, it felt like I was stifling in there.
I had one of those. I think that was.
We're not being mean, or we're just being honest, because this is what you're going to experience once you're going dental school with your patients. You're gonna have to see really bad patients, and guys, it was really hard. And then I don't know what it was like. My stomach was just so weak that day. I think it was just from sitting and inhaling the breath for so long. And then after I got all the calculus off, it was time to go and clean underneath the gums, and then there was so much pus. I was so nauseous, and it was like yellow and thick.
The halitosis
and it was mixed.
Does actually make you like queasy.
It does. You feel like
it
you're
can
stifling.
make you queasy because it's just that it's like the only thing that you're breathing in because you're hovering over somebody.
And I was about to faint. I had to take I was in an exam, guys, and my instructor had to give me a break. I told her you have to stop the time because the pus is seeping from all of his gums. And then if you don't know, we use a Cavitron. Yeah. The Cavitron basically creates droplets, so it spreads an aerosol of water and like blood and whatever is in the mouth. So that's why you have to cover up in your PPE. And then that aerosol, so when you looked at my glove and like my white coat, thank God I was wearing a disposable coat and not my nice white coat, there was blood and there was pus, and I was everywhere. Like, oh man, guys.
Ew.
I was I don't know how I never threw up the day. It was so bad. I don't know. I think because if I had to deal with either one of them at different times, so if I had to deal with the really bad halitosis with one patient, and then the next time I had to deal with the really bad pus and blood, but for me to have to be dealing with it at the same time, it was just, that's the worst.
You're too far gone, man. I think my worst patient interaction was probably at a health fair. So I got there and there was this young girl. She's maybe like 9 years old. No, she was actually 9 years old. But she opened her mouth, and she's 9, and she had calculus of like a Profi 3. Her build-up was,
guys, just for some context, that's not normal for a 9-year-old.
It was.
A 9-year-old is supposed to have shaky teeth, not calculus.
It was bad. Like I could visibly see calculus without having to spray air water on it or anything like that. I took my scale and was just like, going around. Oh, my Explorer actually, and I was going around, and I would go like this, and it would be clumps of plaque and calculus on her teeth, and she was just so nonchalant. And I'm just in my head, I was just like, oh. You not know how
she had the audacity to say she brushed what 2 or 3 times a day?
Yeah, she said she brushed 2 times a day. And I was just like...
She using the back of the toothbrush?
I said, hon... I said it to her, I was like... I said... When I asked her, I said... I know you don't brush 2 times a day because what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look good. I'm pretty sure she didn't brush her teeth that morning or the night before that or the day before that, because there's no way anybody would brush their teeth and their mouth looks like that. But horrible.
Right. So last is, do you have any advice for anyone who is in dental school currently or who is interested in going to dental school very soon? And you know that I made a whole video about this. Surviving dental school.
Oh yes.
So I'm just gonna brush up on one of those tips, but link is here, remember. But guys, just be consistent and put in the effort. If you go in with the right mindset knowing that you're going to get your work done, you need to have that consistent drive and effort. You need to make sure that you get your work done, manage your time wisely, don't procrastinate. Dental school, you have a lot of work to do. You don't have any time to procrastinate. If you procrastinate, no, it's not going to work out. So you just need to be consistent, manage your time wisely, and you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that it's too hard. Or I had a lot of people tell me, oh, you're not going to have any social life, or it's going to be so hard.
Yeah, why do they say that? We had a social life.
We did. We're not going to talk about it, but we did. But don't listen to anyone. Don't let anyone tell you that, oh, it's too hard. Guys, it is manageable once you put in the work. You can get it done. You will get it done. And you will pass. You will do well.
This is very similar to Ashley's. I think that consistency is key, like you said. And for me, if somebody was telling me, just remember why you're there. Remember that at the end of the day, you're trying to achieve what you set out to do.
Right. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to do any of that. You're there to finish your school, and get your degree. That's what you're there to do.
And it can be challenging at times and frustrating, but for me, as long as I remembered why I was there, I just know that it's okay. I'm going to get through it. This is just a little hurdle, and I could just train and jump over it. That's really what it was. So,
but so that is it. I know this is the longest video I've ever done, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you were a little bit more excited. So
you guys were happy I was here. Let's invite me back.
She'll be back, guys. She'll be back. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, I am on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. And until next Saturday, bye.